What is the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act? It's a law that was established in 1978, allowing our government to secretly investigate the communications of foreign governments and their agents as it relates to potential terrorism in our country. That was the purpose. I'm going to describe how the authority under this provision is going way beyond that purpose and instead recklessly violating the Fourth Amendment rights of everyday private citizens. And that's the topic of this video. Hello again, everyone. I'm attorney Robert Flessas. If you like my videos and find them informative, please consider subscribing, liking, and sharing. That helps other people find my videos, and hopefully they'll benefit from them too. FISA was enacted to be responsive to threats to our national security by foreign enemies. It authorizes government agents to intercept and listen to the conversations of foreign agents suspected of terrorist plots. Over the years, FISA has been greatly expanded. Amendments have allowed the government to go beyond FISA's statutory authority. They're now indiscriminately searching the records of private citizens. The government is resisting court admonishments to regulate their reach when it involves U.S. citizens. Now, the government is poking into the privacy of innocent U.S. citizens. Government is looking at your emails without a warrant. They're collecting your phone records without a warrant. They even look at your online search history without a warrant. The government tries to justify their actions by claiming that their prying into the private records of U.S. citizens is just an oversight. The FBI is routinely performing millions of batch queries of U.S. citizens, not only including phone records, but private up and downstream collection of data from internet service providers. The FBI was even caught recording and retaining attorney-client communications. The government didn't report these violations for up to 8 years. Civil liberty activists wanted the government to require a warrant for any search that is performed under the guise of intercepting any communications. Congress rejected this contention and only required warrants in a very small percentage of privacy invasions of U.S. citizens. Well, the FBI is being reckless. They don't follow the statutory rules, internal FBI rules, or the Fourth Amendment. They were even caught using the Social Security numbers of thousands of U.S. citizens to perform search queries. When questioned by the courts, the FBI blows off their violations as a misunderstanding of the rules by their employees. The FBI is collecting massive amounts of information from U.S. citizens that's not even related to finding foreign terrorist suspects. The courts have instructed the FBI personnel to not view the content of private citizens unless the reasons why they want to look at the data is documented. When the Patriot Act was passed, it allowed governmental access to private business records in order to look for foreign intelligence information. When they suspect a person employed by a business to be involved in foreign intelligence and can't isolate that person, they obtain the information from all employees who are not participating in that activity. The FISA statute allows for civil and criminal penalties when people's rights are violated. But when do you ever hear about a government agent being prosecuted? Civil penalties include actual damages of not less than $1,000 or $100 per day, including punitive damages and attorney's fees. Criminal penalties for unlawful use is a fine of up to $10,000 or 5 years in prison. Private companies releasing the private information of their customers to the government requested immunity from civil liability. Despite pleas by civil libertarians to do otherwise, that protection was approved by Congress. Other amendments have increased the time limits for the government to perform warrantless surveillance beyond the 1-year limitation period and added emergency eavesdropping authority. This spying privilege relies on the government to use their discretion within the bounds of the law to temper their pursuit. It appears that there is a massive abuse of that privilege. Critics argue that the FISA statute is being abused in violation of our Fourth Amendment rights. How far should we allow government the unfettered right to snoop on its citizens under the auspice of international or domestic terror plots? Does what I just said bother you? Post your comments below, but please follow community guidelines. Details of the evolution of the FISA Act can be found on congress.gov if you're interested in learning more. I'm attorney Robert Flessas. Please subscribe, like, and share. I'll see you in the next video.